and said, hey, you've got an alleged, somebody's alleging that a sub put their hands on a student. So that's where I'm at. I don't really, there's not been, the actual incident report's not even typed yet, so excuse me for sounding ignorant at times in this, but I really, like I said, I'm really pissed up. What champ do you need?
My ACL.
Yeah, been there, done that. Tell me what the deal is with this student.
Well, I was there yesterday. They had some kind of testing going on. So this particular class, I mean, I was in a different classroom each period. I wasn't in the same one. And except for one class, the reason I've been substitute is because I've taken all the GACE assessments with the state to get a certification to teach. So I was just waiting for a job to come open, hopefully this coming school year. So I said, well, I'll just substitute at the height. I've been substituting there, man, almost every day for months, And this guy, anyways, these classes are moving from classroom to classroom. This was third period. I was on B hall first period, the bottom end of A hall second period, and this is the end of A hall. And they didn't apparently, none of the students knew where they were supposed to be, so they went where they thought it was going to be some weight training class. So they went down to the gym, and they said, no, you got to go to A hall, because they were doing testing. So they sent them all down there, and they're coming down, and Dr. Bynes was she was right down there when they were coming down. As they were coming in the room, this one particular one was being real just belligerent, you know what I mean, and just getting all, fuck this shit, just slinging his shit around, and not wanting to come in the classroom, and then coming in there. So another teacher was in there, and it was his classroom, but it was his planning period, so he was sitting there at his computer, and I took roll and started trying to get them started on their assignment. And I sat there and I told them what the assignment was or whatever, and this student, this particular one, he said something like out loud, but he spoke in a way I couldn't even understand what the kid was saying, to be honest with you. I mean, nothing he said was intelligible speech. And about that time, Mr. Sasser got up. I guess he figured, I can't sit here and do my work. I got to, with all this stuff, because there were 30-something in there. And so he got up, was walking out, and I asked the kid, I said, what? And he said it again, and I said, you're going to have to articulate your question better than that, because I can't understand the words you're saying. And he said something about disrespecting him, and just as a grown man sitting in this seat right here, and you gonna respect me, I ain't gonna do blah blah blah. And I said, no. I said, that ain't the way it goes. I said, our respect's earned. It's not given. I don't have to respect you. And he gets up, and I know he just sits there. I said, you know what? He just kept being belligerent. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this. I said, come on. And then he walked outside, and I stepped peeked my head in next door to Miss Winbush, and I said, could you watch them right quick while I take him up here? She said, yeah. So she walked out to the hall and stood where she could see in her class and mine. And I walked him, and I told him, go this way. I was going to take him to Dr. Bynes' office because hers is just several doors down instead of having to go all the way down to the front office. And he stopped to turn around at one point, and I put my hand in his lower back like this. And I said, keep walking, and like that. And he walked or whatever, and then he stopped at one point, just stopped and stood there. And I put my hand in his lower back like this again, just put my hand on him. I said, keep going, like that. And he was just mumbling, talking trash up under his voice. And right as we got down there to Dr. Bynes' office, he turns around and said, get your fucking hands off me, and pushed me, I mean, as hard as he could. Right, bam! And he took a step back and went like this. I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker, or something like that. And I looked at him, I said, and I just went at him like this, and I grabbed him by the back of his neck like this, and I grabbed his arm, and I said, Dr. Bynes, she turned around, and she was like, like that, and I said, get in there, or whatever, and he pulls away from me and walks in there. Fuck that motherfucker. She said, shut up, sit down. And I told him to sit down or whatever. And I said, he pushed me right out here in the hall. She said, just go back to your class. She said, I'll deal with him. And I said, okay. So I turned around and went back to the class, and probably 10 minutes later, another assistant principal named Mr. Laney walked in there and told me, he said, I got the class for now. Go in there and talk to Mr. Metters. He said, I'll be down there in a minute or whatever. And then they just wanted me to type up a statement of what happened, and I did. And then Mr. Metters came in here later and was telling me what was going on, and he said, I'm sorry. He said, I'm going to have to ask you to go home for today. And he said, until we get this sorted out or whatever else. He said, it's just, the way it goes or whatever. And it's the way the rules are set up at the schools these days and whatever else. And I said, that's fine. I understand. And that was it until about 12:30 today earlier. And Parks called me and asked me what happened. And I told him. And then he called me back and asked me to come up here and told me why. And I said, man, you gotta be kidding me. And so, then I went up there. Came up here. But I was in Auburn, so it took me a while to get. It took me about an hour to get here. And that's what happened. But, he walked into the class cussing and raising hell and being a belligerent. And he was carried it on into class. I know he was trying to show out in front of his buddies. And then I said, we're going to the office. I said, I'm not going to have you disrupting the class.
When you got him out of the class and started at the hall, he was just mumbling and nothing you could hear. When I say hear, nothing you could this is exactly what he said.
He said, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about this. Fuck this. I don't care. Shit. You don't respect me. I'm a fucking man. And I'll just saying that kind of stuff over and over again. That's all.
I just want to make sure.
And I wasn't paying attention to it. I don't care about talk, But when he turns around and pushes me with everything he's got and draws up his fists on me, especially, nobody's going to do that, first of all. Second of all, especially this day and time, I don't know if he's going to reach in his pockets and grab a knife or a gun. I don't take chances like that, And so, and plus Ms. Dr. Bynes, being a female, she's right over in here. I'm getting ready to take him in her office. There's another female in there, her secretary. I don't know what he might get in there and go off and do to them. But, he turned around, and I ain't going to lie to you when I say it surprised me. I couldn't believe, because I'm sitting there like, we would have never done this in school. My daddy would have killed me. He would have killed me. And I just, and I thought to myself, I said, as brazen as he is, he probably knows his mom and daddy's not going to do anything to him. And so, that's when, like I said, I grabbed him by his arm and back of his neck like this, because he had a hoodie on, so I grabbed the hood on the back of his sweatshirt, and I just walked him into Dr. Bynes' office, and she was right there at the door, and she told him, get in here, and she just kind of stepped in the middle, in front of him, and said, I got this, just go in and go back to the classroom or whatever.
What did he say when he pushed you?
What did he say when he pushed me? He said, get your fucking hands off me, motherfucker, I'll kill you, like that, and he drew his hands back. There's something to that effect. He called me a motherfucker, and we get my fucking hands off of him. And he drew up his fists and everything, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this some bitch is getting ready to, I couldn't believe it. He already has. He's already pushed me. He's already assaulted me. So, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, who knows what he's going to do next.
the students,
Yeah, he said, don't, he said, you gonna respect me, or I ain't gonna respect you. You talk to him. He said, it's a grown man sitting here in this desk, or this chair, whatever he said.
okay. You then told him to walk out with you. You went across the hall and told another teacher to watch the class while you took that student to the office, right?
Yeah, this was the class right next to mine.
Right.
I just stuck my head in. I said, would you mind watching while I take my picture? She said, yeah. She came right out then and stood in the hall where she could see in both classrooms.
Walked students out of class. Student made a statement. I don't give a fuck. You're dealing with a grown man. These statements were made all the way up the hall just prior to getting to Dr. Bynes' office. The student turned around and pushed you with both hands. Made a statement, get your fucking hands off of me, motherfucker. Dr. Bynes then stepped in and she kind of took control of whatever was going on.
Yeah.
He went back, he sat down, and
That was it.
that was the last of it.
That was the last I saw him. Until Mr. Laney came down to the classroom, and then I went up front, and that was it.
When you were walking him up the hall, you said you just had one hand kind of on his lower back.
Well, that was when he stopped and turned around, and then I went like this. I said, keep walking. I said, don't turn around. I don't want to hear it. I don't need you facing me. I said, you just need to keep walking. And then he went like this, and he walked a little bit further, and he just stopped like this. And I put my hand in his back. I said, keep walking. And he pushed back against me like this. When I had my hand in his back. And I said, keep walking. He went like this. He just pushed back like that, like, you know. And then I just stood there, and he started walking again, but he didn't take a couple of steps until he turned around and pushed me. And right at that point, I mean, we were literally right in front of her office. As the way it looks, I don't know if you remember how A-Hall is, you know where the social studies teachers' offices were? That's her office now. They're on this side, and on this door is her secretary. So that's the way it looks. That's what they did with that space. And so she was right in front of that. He turned around, pushed me, and got your hands off me, motherfucker. I even drew down on me. And then she saw that. That's when, I don't know if she saw it at that point or when I reached up and grabbed him and walked him in her office. And I could tell that she didn't know, she was worried or scared or something. I was like, oh shit, what's going on, But then she could tell what was going on when he was in that motherfucker. And he was just, like it wasn't nothing right in front of her. That's her principal, fuck me and fuck this. And then she turned around, looked at him and said, shut up and sit down. And she looked at me, she said, just go back to class, I got this. That's okay. And I did tell her, I said, he just pushed me right out here in the hall. I don't know if he saw it. And that was it.
Just for shits and giggles, that's your statement.
That's it, yeah. He asked me, he said, could you write a statement or type up one? And he put me in front of his computer or whatever. I did that in about 3 minutes, and he came back, you got it, or whatever. So that was what I could just type up real quick.
Alright, that's really all I need right now. I don't know if the kid's reporting or if the school's reporting.
Oh, they said the kid, he told me that the kid and his parents were.
Okay.
Because he said the kid and his parents told him, y'all ain't gonna do shit, so we're just gonna go to the police department.
Who told you that?
Parks.
Okay. See, I talked to him for about 30 seconds a while ago about the video.
Oh, yeah.
And the video he's got, they didn't copyright, so I can't watch it. So I gotta wait until they give me a copy of the video again. I don't have nothing else right now. Like I said, once I figure out who's reporting, then I'll call you, I'll let you know what's going on. I don't know anything else than that, unfortunately.